Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'll show you some simple flowers. These are bushier in its structure, having multiple petals into it. So we are going to learn everything step by step in today's video, and I'm going to show you all these 6 flowers in a very easy and simple way. So let's start with the first one. So with the help of pencil we are going to create a basic guideline for each flower. So I'm keeping this particular flower a little bit tilted towards left side, so that's why I have kept the oval shape little bit tilted. And then you can create one more structure at the base of an oval shape, and then you can create a stem. So this is the basic guideline for this particular flower. Now we can start creating petals. I'm doing it directly with the help of pen, but you can use pencil if you're not comfortable doing it directly with the help of pen. Now as you can see, I'm creating small petals mostly towards inside, and I'm keeping a ladder kind of structure. So in between two petals you can create one more, and likewise you can create many more until you cover the oval shape. So I'm repeating the same stuff as you can see, but I'm also maintaining an oval shape, so accordingly you can create petals around the edge. Now in the bottom section you can create little longer petals, so I'm keeping petals longer and pointed. In the oval shape we have smaller petals, and these petals are towards outward direction. So in the oval shape all the petals are towards inside, in the lower portion all the petals are towards outside, and then you can create in between petals to make it bushier. So we are done with this particular flower. Now let's create stem. You can do more shading and detailing into the petal area, into the stem area. I have already covered many videos around these kind of stuff, wherein you can do contouring, hatching, cross contouring, like these things. So for this particular video I'm not concentrating much on a sketching part, so I'm only creating couple of lines in between the petals and making a stem little bit more darker with the help of hatching process. So hatching means creating parallel lines close to each other. The closer these lines are, the darker shade you will get. So accordingly you can create area little darker, little lighter. Now for the leaf I'm keeping in the base of the flower, and these are having little zigzag pattern around the edge so that we can have little serrated leaf. Likewise you can create a group of leaf, and something like this you will get at the end. Rub all the unwanted pencil mark, and we are done with the first flower. Now let's move to the second one. Now for the second flower, again I'm creating a basic guideline. So you can create a round shape. I'm keeping this round shape pretty much straight, but you can keep it little bit tilted towards left and right, that is also fine. And I have also created one more round shape inside the round shape, but having same circumference as you can see. Now I'm creating a small flower bird as well. This is totally optional. For the flower bird you can create an U kind of shape, and then we can create a couple of petals emerging from that particular U shape. And then you can draw a basic guideline for the leaf area. So you can draw substring and then multiple substring around it. Now with the help of pen we can start creating petals. So in the center of the smaller circle I'm creating some spikes to create the center part of the flower, and then you can start creating wavy petals smaller in size, and as you are moving towards outward direction you can keep the petal size little bigger. So you can first cover the smaller circle, and then you can start creating petals for the outer circle, and you will automatically get a different kind of perspective altogether because of the basic guideline that we have created. So we are not going beyond the circle that we have created. We have done everything inside the circle. And for the flower bird you can create couple of lines at the base of the flower, the green structure we can see. This one is inspired by marigold, and that's why I have kept the petals a little bit wavy. And then for the leaf, as we know marigold have a leaf like this, so you can have little wavy pattern around the edge in each and every leaf, and combining all these leaves together create one single leaf for the marigold. and then rub all the unwanted pencil mark, and we are done with second one as well. I hope this is pretty simple for you guys to follow. And then you can do a little bit of basic shading and detailing, but I'm not concentrating too much on these things. So you can have a little bit of line and pattern around the leaf area and the petal area. Now let's move to the third one. So third one is like a rose flower. I'm going to show you two different versions of rose. So for this particular one, you can create a round shape first, and then you can create a bigger base like this. You can keep the perspective as per your choice. You can keep it little bit tilted towards downward side, whatever you want. And then you can start creating petals. So same like previous one, we are creating some spikes in the center, and then we have covered the inner circle with petals smaller in size. And then for the outer area, I'm creating bigger petals. Because this is rose flower, so these petals are a little bit towards outside, and this is fully bloomed flower, you can say, and then you can have little smaller petals in between. So something like this we need to create. It is quite simple. The only thing in this particular flower is different. I'm going to add a little bit folds around the petal area, but before that I'm adding leaf. So again, for the leaf, you can create group of 3 leaves in a one single leaf, and then you can have serration in the leaf. These are fine serrated leaf, and then you can create little bit of more structure at the base of the flower like sepals. Rub all the unwanted pencil mark, and then you can start creating folds. So folds are in the base of petals that we have, and I want to keep fold little bit in a darker shade, so I am doing some cross hatching around that area. So you can have little triangle kind of pattern inside the petal shape to get folds, and then you can do some cross hatching around that area. You can do little bit of shading and detailing into the petals because these petals are bigger in size. So I am creating a couple of lines with very soft hand. So with the help of very soft hand, you can do it something like this, having multiple lines very close to each other to get little darker shade around the corner of the petals that we have. And we are done with this particular flower as well. Now let's move to the fourth one. Now fourth one is pretty much similar to the first one. So in this one, I'm creating a bigger round shape like this, and then you can have a stem. Now you can also think about leaf. So in this one, I'm keeping leaf smaller in size but in a group, so you can create substring, and then left and right you can create a small leaf like these. Now for the flower, you can start creating similar kind of petals like we did in the first one, but we are creating the center part of the flower first. So you can create a center part something like this. So all the petals are towards inside for the first one, but in this one we are going to create all the petals towards outside. So first create center part like this. I'm rubbing so that you can see it clearly. Now you can start creating petals outside. So first you can create small petals like this, then in between 2 petals you can create one more, and then cover all the area with similar kind of petals that we have. So keep adding petals. This is more like a honeycomb structure, you can say. So keep adding it, and make sure you are not ruining the basic structure that we have. And this one you can say is inspired by Dahlia, but I'm not sure if it is similar to that flower or not, but something like this you can definitely create, and it is quite easy to follow. This is similar to first one but very different because we have taken similar kind of petal but very different in shape because we have arranged the petal in a different way altogether. And then I'm creating one line around the petal area that we have, and we are done with this one as well. Rub all the unwanted pencil mark, and let's move to the next one. Now this one is my favorite one because this one is the easiest among all the 6 flower that we have. So I'm creating two flowers here, one bigger, one smaller in size. For that you need to create a round shape, and then you can think about leaf. I'm keeping leaf this time smooth, so I have created couple of leaves. You can create sepals for the base of the flower. Now for the petals, it is very simple. So with the help of pen, I'm just going from the center towards outside, creating round structure like these, very close to each other. But you don't have to be very precise on round shape, because we need some random pattern in the round structure that we are creating, right? So that it should look like we have petals. So these are very close petals, and we are seeing very bushier structure of petal in this one. And then as you are moving towards outside, you can create little bigger petals in structure, but basically I am creating round shape and curve throughout the circle that we have. So you can keep closer curve so that you can get little darker structure. But I also have negative space, as you can see, which is important to create something like this. And this one is the easiest and simple one to draw. So if you have lesser time to do something, you can definitely choose this particular flower. And this one is easy to paint as well. If you're doing something like this with the help of watercolor directly, you will get a beautiful flower for sure. So we are done with this one as well. Now let's move to the last one, as I'm showing all the flowers which have multiple petals into it. So last one is also having multiple petals. So let's create the center part of the flower first. So I'm creating an oval shape, little bit darker. Then you can create one more oval shape for the stamen, and then you can create a bigger oval shape. Does not has to be very perfect. So something like this you can do as an basic guideline, and then with the help of pen you can start creating the center part. You can start creating the stamen. You can have some random pattern in the center part like this, and then you can start creating petals. So this time longer and pointed petals, but as per the outer shape available with us. So the length of the petal should be in that particular way. So according to the space available for you, you can create petals like these and make it bushier, so you can have multiple petals in between. And then you can create some line and pattern around the petal area as a part of shading. Now you can create stem, and then for this particular one I'm creating some random leaf. So I'm not thinking too much, I'm just creating some random leaf in a group. So something like this you can do. And we are done with all the 6 flowers for today's video, and I'm hoping I have shown you everything in detail so that you can draw these things easily. And please do let me know if you guys have any feedback for me, and thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next video.